everybody, welcome to my little corner where there is no wrong way to play with paper. We're gonna make some pretty things out of scraps. This is for the main swap on Ginger's Corner, where we swap embellishments with our crafty friends. So if that's something you're interested in, come and join us. I like to use my scraps to do all of that, and we're just gonna get into it. I usually show you some examples, and I will also make one and show you how I've used my scraps. Now this time I made 3 different things because the theme was up in the clouds. So anything basically you see up in the air was fair game. We try to make it so there's a direction towards the theme, but it's not so closed in that you feel like, oh, I can't think of anything, because we want you to be creative and I want you to have fun. I want you to use your scraps. I want you to have fun, right? So I'm going to show you my examples and hopefully it'll inspire you to get those scraps out and use them. And you could make anything up in the air if you wanted to. You could make stars, clouds, airplanes. I think I saw some like space satellites and planets and so many fun things. I mean, it's endless. And so even if you don't want to swap, I invite you over to our Facebook group and just be inspired. It's just, I love all of you guys. You're so amazing. So let's just get into it. I did some dragonflies, moths, and little buggy bits. Now, you guys know all of those foil papers that we get in the blessings box that I share with you and or others share with me. They're papers that a lot of people have a hard time using. Use your die cuts. We all have them. Use your die cuts on them and use those papers. Paper is not cheap, and don't they look so cool? They look really cool in this manner, and I'm going to show you what I used for that. I used a Tim Holtz set. I got this one in particular on Amazon. I have the links to the Amazon storefront that I have. Again, you can just look it up. It's 664180 Sizzix. You could probably buy it on Sizzix. There's lots of places. Buy whatever and wherever is best for you. Honestly, I'm not a salesperson. I'm just a crafty person. So just shop. I just did that so that people could find things because I get a lot of questions, and that way it's in the description of each video. Okay, so there's that one. And then I made happy birthday. I made a set of balloons because, you know, our kids always let balloons off and they go up in the air. And I used a couple of Temu dies. This one here, now the Temu link is below, and I tell you what I'm going to start doing. I've had a lot of questions. They wish I would at least say the name. I'm going to put the name of this exact balloon die right up here on the screen so you can look it up for yourself. I do have a link for that, so you can click the link and then you can look it up on your own. If I can figure out a way to share exactly to take you right to it, I will. The problem with Temu is when they sell out of it, it's gone. You're not going to find it. So I will, and they name things the weirdest names. You would think it would just be called like a balloon metal die. No, probably not. I don't know what the exact name is off the top of my head, but that's probably not it. And then I got this birthday hugs die. I believe it's Temu. If it is, I will put that up here as well. And I just did a birthday hugs to go with it because it is a main swap, and so I wanted to do a little something special. Now to make this one, I simply took that die, this one here. I simply took this die, and yes, this is how I store my dies. I use the Avriel sleeves, and or if those are out of stock, I buy others, and those are my Amazon store as well under organization. And then I get these metal or these magnet sheets. Love them, game changer, because then they just go in my mini crates. Anyway, so I took this die and I took different scraps of paper that I had, and I cut a whole one out. I cut a base for each one, and then I cut a whole one out, and then I cut each balloon off. So really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was doing 8 at a time, right? So I would cut a sheet of the red out and a sheet of the yellow and a sheet, so on and so forth. And I was assembling them as I went, and I just used up my scraps. That's what I did. Okay. So that was a fast, easy one for me. And I think it's super cute, and we all need birthday things. And this is a little something different, right? I mean, you could even take twine and glue it on here if you wanted to, and then have one and have somebody holding it or a little animal holding it, or yeah, my mind just goes a little cuckoo. I start thinking of ways to use them. Okay, so there's that. And then last but not least, it's a Hobby Lobby die. So there's no way to tell you where to get it. I got it on clearance. It's this little set here. It has 2 birds and a branch. And so what we're gonna do, I hope you guys are still with me. I hope you're still hanging out in my crazy corner. And I'm gonna glue one together. That's what I'm gonna do. Now I have this here. Need to poke out some of these little bits here. Do that really quick. Okay, and I used my scraps for this. I just pulled out some green scraps and went to town. All right, and then I'm going to glue the bird on just like so. Okay, glue the little birdie on. And then the next part is probably my favorite part. Now, each person that gets a set from me will get this here glued onto there, and then I'm giving them an extra bird, okay, that matches. Then I took scraps, see here, scraps, and I just took a color, we'll pick the pink. I'm gonna take this little tiny punch, and I'm going to punch out. This is why I save all those little scraps. I know, I try to use every little bit, right? I mean, maybe I can get, no, well, maybe, looky there. Oh, no, it's not gonna work. But we can get one out of this corner, okay? And I will punch all of those out, okay? And then I just glued almost like cherry blossom trees or whatever you would like to see it as. It doesn't matter how you see it, whatever makes your heart happy, right? It's kind of like, you ever heard of a recipe measure with your heart? For some of us, that's bad, right? We put way too much cheese and bacon. Okay, maybe that's a me problem, I don't know. Then I just went through my enamel dots, and I'm going to put a little center in each one of these flowers. Now get those Dollar Tree enamel dots, or if you're like me, you buy sets from Gina Marie, right? Because they're $2 and something. And you have an abundance of certain colors. And so that's what I just kind of was using up those. Okay. And just like so. Okay. Ta-da! I like the glue because it lets me move it around a little bit. And that is my other embellishment. And I will use up a bunch of scraps. Now, the other thing I did is when I packaged them up, I put my little note in here. If you guys have swapped with me, you know I always include a little note in the main swap. And then I just got a whole bunch of extra ones. 1, I'm using up my scraps. And 2, they can use them on their page, on their card, in their journal, wherever they choose to use this embellishment. They can make a little cluster with the extra bird and the extra flowers. And then these are Temu plastics that I've gotten dyes in. I reuse, recycle. Stuff is not cheap anymore. So that's what I've done for this swap. I hope it encourages you to use your scraps. Think outside of the box. There is no piece too small that we can't make something out of, right? I mean, look at here. If you look at this one, this I must have used, it was a scrap probably from a page, and then I must have cut out flowers, and then I took my heart punch. I mean, I get everything. There's little bees here. I mean, I will punch until I can't get anything else out of it. So then I'll throw it away. I mean, at this point, like this whole section here, we need to throw this away. I mean, maybe I could get a little bit, out of their hair. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'll use those on another one. I have a few more of these to put together. I know, it's ridiculous. But sometimes in the giveaways, this is the kind of stuff you guys see me. I make the little baggies of them because these are flowers and we all use them. So, and I like little bits. That's me personally. I feel like the little bits are what build my clusters into big things. So just little food for thought. All right, you guys, remember, we have lots of giveaways going on. We just started a really fun game over on the Facebook group, and we have swaps in Europe. We have swaps in Australia. I know I have Australia subscribers. Come and join us. Seriously, we would have so much fun. I know that I have 2 swappers right now, but we want to make that bigger and just make it better. Yeah, we really do. And then we have them in Canada, of course, the United States, and we have lots of fun. So come join us, come be inspired. And with that, I'll see you guys later. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.